is love, he said. You've got to lift yourself up. Try again, one day you will break through. What you long for will find you. Through all the hard times, I always seem to find the light in your eyes.
So this week, instead of being out here, where I'm usually sitting, then I will stay indoor. So we will be in here, and I will have better sound because this time I'll be wearing a micropod, so I apologize for the bad sound when I was filming out in the nature over here actually. So yeah, I hope you bear over with me this time. And next week I will be filming from Tokyo. I will be back home because I'm going back to my family and my beloved partner, and I'm looking so much forward to it. Before my next knee operation here in Denmark, I will be Christmas hugging someone that I love more than anything. So yeah, let's start with the weekly report for your sign. Remember, you can always go to my channel and watch the guided meditation if you want to find your way into your silent self, where all the answers lie. Now it's time for your sign and your week. Hi there, Capricorn, and welcome to this week's astrological intuitive tarot forecast. And Heartful, of course, with your modern shaman Maria and RainbowLand here for the week that starts at the 19th and ends at the 26th of November 2018. I'm sitting here with the huge headphones on because we have a Mercury retrograde. This means that I am doing take 1, 2, 3. I'm redoing sound going out. Even though I'm indoor with professional sound gear and light gear, electronics are teasing me. So now I'm having these headphones on because the other headphones didn't work. So I couldn't check the sound, and I recorded stuff where the sound went off. Long story short, for you, what does this mean? It means that for every one of us, including you, electronical equipment, anything to do with communication, technology, means of transport, Mercury rules communication and movement, and anything where we interact with others. Could also be iPhone, iPads. Don't get frustrated, just be patient and know that 3 times a year, approximately, for 3 weeks, Mercury is retrograde. Things are teasing us more like that. So you have to give yourself extra time and accept if other people are late, you are late, and stuff like that. Instead of freaking out like, why is this happening to me? Your ego will just take over. And if you watch this program regularly, that is what we don't want, if you ask me, because we want to advance and alter our level of consciousness. And that's just what this week's about for you, because we have the sun moving into the more quiet and private part of your horoscope, we already have Mercury here. Mercury is going retrograde here, so this is already reflection. But the 12th house is a reflective side of your situation, and the sun is moving in here on Thursday, meeting up with Jupiter, the planet of good luck and fortune. So you, after in the second part of the week, so this will definitely for you really give you a benefit to discover some things in your life where you are like you are gaining heightened awareness, like really heightened awareness. And let me put on my glasses because we're gonna draw the cards here, and I want to be able to see properly. All right, let's see for the Sagittarius. A much greater appreciation for the more spiritual side of your nature, of course, also, and less to the material side than you usually are. So maybe you'll, as the week comes to an end, think more about someone from your past. Maybe you'll help someone, or maybe just withdraw yourself and do something more therapeutic and healing for yourself. And with the Mercury retrograde, there will be confusion around what you really want, and concerns could come up. So Mercury square Neptune actually this week. So Neptune is also ideas in your third house of communication, and maybe there are some ideas you privately walking around with that aren't really completely ready to engage others in yet. But there's a full moon on Friday. So professionally, you might feel, you can see, it's upside down. See the card? So professionally, you might feel with this Jupiter return, you can see Jupiter return benefits. Jupiter is in your 12th house, as I just said, but it's upside down. So it's going to give you benefits, but maybe it'll be, you won't feel like it's that hard to surrender to the spiritual, because you are a more professional person, like you are a 10th house ruler. So this is all about your career, etc. So this indicates when it's reversed, because it doesn't matter why it's reversed. For some reason this card was reversed in this section, but there are no mistakes when we are talking about the oracle and the answers we get. So this means that the Jupiter thing is definitely positive, but at the end of the week it will square Mars. Well, it will this week. You will definitely have a communication versus like outroverted versus introverted conflict in yourself. And apparently with this Jupiter returning to Sagittarius, it's not that easy for you to surrender completely to the spiritual, but it is definitely what's the best idea, because the horoscope really wants to try to get you in here for a year now and highlight this in your life, highlight you meditating, highlight you, remember to clean and purge old stuff and accept these things. Maybe you're tired of it because so much has been going on and with Pluto in your sign and everything. So yeah, well, full moon on Friday, maybe you'll feel like you're professionally self-sacrificing somehow, something for others. So because you don't feel like others care so much about the detail like you would want, because we know that you are really good at that in some kind of practical matter. Also, it could also be like at home, where people won't want what you do, or people can feel like you are not focused enough at home or at work like they're used to with you. But Mars is in a good aspect with your ruler, Saturn. So tarot card of the week for the Capricorns. So if there's something you feel like you need to bring up and you really have to say it, you can really get it, punched across the table with clarity and gain some respect with Mars. But if you're insecure about where you stand, it can create uncertainty around that others don't exactly know where they stand with you. Card of the week for the Capricorns. So appropriate. You feel like you have to fight for things and you're not in a fight, but you're expecting someone, that's just what I'm talking about, sorry, to come at you. And it's fire, it's Mars and it's Sag. So it's both could be the fear here in the 12th house, where we are, fear of the unknown, fear of the old stuff coming back on again from your past, from your family situation, but also could also be, just this little bit of struggle between home life, professional life, or, your face in the world, who you are. But here you should try to, just expect the best, even though it isn't, and then take it as a blessing. Even the challenges that you meet, try to take them as a blessing, because if we can deal with challenges without our egos taking over, it's actually the greatest victory we can get, right? So, because the Mars is also clashing with the Sun, this could also be this, and Jupiter, so there's something you feel like sensitive about and you don't want to talk about, but someone else might be pressing it forward. Can you see the look on his face? But it doesn't help to work yourself away from the issue. You have to face it, even though it's a tender process. It's going to be really good for you. don't follow trends, follow your heart. See you in section 2 of this program, where we will go much deeper. Or see you next week. Arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you very much. Welcome to part 2 of the show. I'm sorry for a little bit of a noise here from the car. It's because I'm traveling to Tokyo, so I have to do this on the road, some of it at least. So, well, I just want to mention before we go into section 2, where we will have some interesting things to talk about that will be beneficial for you as a light worker and on your journey through developing yourself towards a higher vibration. 5D, from 3D to 5D. Neptune is stopping this week to go forward. Neptune is in Pisces. This has a lot to do with us and our spiritual soul. So depending on where this falls in your chart, it's about the dreams we have, and how we in this area have been held ourselves back to clean up, so that we can move forward in a completely new spiritual realm. Half a year is a lot. And for me, it's been my creative projects that has had an operation, like going to the surgery room to be operated at the hospital for half a year to see what is the next step for me as a light worker. So regardless of what it's been for you, if you've done your light work with yourself, because essentially doing light works is actually the primary part of the light work is actually the light work that you do with yourself. And if you've done that, you will now feel that there's something in one, or perhaps more than one, area of your life which is now being set free to blossom, free to flourish in an even more beautiful way than before, in a new light. With Neptune, the results may not go as fast in actually manifesting in the three-dimensional physical material world, but you will feel the changes inside already now. Little by little, everything will go just as it was planned before man had a watch on their arm to decide time was there to limit us in certain ways. But I say let it burn so it can rise. Before you can see the light, you have to deal with the darkness. And the work you do for yourself, as I said, you do automatically for the earth. And the earth is calling everyone who wants to clean up and take us all to another evolutionary step forward by balancing the spiritual and the material world. Ego have such an immense pull upon our consciousness and awareness. On a daily basis, ego doesn't allow that our consciousness expands. That is why we feel the resistance in our ego-based culture with the so-called alternative things. They call all of these light worker methods that we use on a spiritual level to tools to raise our consciousness. They are really natural, but the ego doesn't allow our expansiveness to grow, or our consciousness to grow and expand, of course. We work, for example, with meditation to remove ourselves from the power of the ego and control of the ego over us. The ego is a tool, only a tool that we take when we need it, but it takes control of the wheel. But the ego is very clever, quote unquote, because in meditation, both happiness and sorrows can act as distractions. Let them be where they are, the happiness and sorrows, while you meditate, and move beyond them. Move beyond the ego. The ego can take both faces. The reason why we have the depression and the a whole down feeling in the lives of many light workers is because it's time to see how bad it really is, so that we can motivate ourselves to do something about it. As a child and a young teenager, I was a captain of my team, a handball team, because my role even today is to motivate people to see their best potential and teamwork with others to lift us. What is your role? What is your role? The main role will always be the work that you do on yourself. The authenticity and how you dare to show it in your life and be honest about it. Be heartful when you speak, not out of hatred or anything brutal or negative. We're reaching a critical mass point now when the truth is coming out. You need to do some cord cutting so that the whole earth can move a step up. Emotions and words have a life. That's why our prayers have a life too. It's the law of attraction. So watch what you say. You attract things you don't want by staying in certain word modes and speaking modes. You're calling on these words vibrations, the law of attraction. If you fear, you only attract what you don't want. I don't have to go into details, but stay away from fear. Don't immense fear. It's fear that creates the access to all that you don't want in your life to come your way. Whenever you get close to reacting and the domino effect hit you, you get a grip, breathe deeply, and you respond. You don't react. And how you get a grip? Well, see it from a higher perspective. The moment you get stuck in your emotions, you lose your touch with your higher self. Be aware, raise awareness when this happens. You're feeding dark energy with reactionary behavior. You are easily controlled by darkness and ignorance when you are feeding this side with lower emotions. Be non-reactionary is the trick. Again, the answer is don't follow trends, follow your heart. I know that it takes a lot of practice to be able to do, but try to speak with people with the 5D presence. Or you can also call it just heightened awareness, meditation state, godly presence. You can call it whatever you want, but try to speak with people in that presence. You will help them move up as well. That is the light work we can do. All of us can do. It's hard, but it's damn worth it. React instead of responding and catch yourself quickly. All light workers are unpacking everything prior to this moment, also from past lives, talents, skills, and all the negative, more heavy stuff, of course, because it's now we need to use our capacities unaffected. So you have been walking away from painful situations because these are the times to upgrade and don't stay stuck in meaningless relationships, meaningless fights that are draining you and others' energy. We need that energy for better purposes. With Venus in retrograde, it's been our old lives dying out now, old jobs, old relationships. Surrender it all to God is the task here. It's just so important to remember that exactly this Venus retrograde is completely unique in this period of time, not like the earlier ones. We've reached a whole nother level, a lot of us, in our relationships. Think 8, 16, 28 years back and feel, where were you? Where are you now? Or just back to 2012 and the latest 6 years, how much have you been moving, growing during this time? All that cannot rise with you now, going into 5D, is now being cleared and cleaned out. We have to start creating in a new way with 5D energies. Or stay in 3D, as I said last week. It's your choice, basically. You can deny your higher self, your oversoul, but this always has fatal consequences for us. I remember I didn't want to leave a boyfriend that turned out to hold me down spiritually, and the consequences of me here, yeah, they were awful. Ignoring these inner voices, energy drops came to me, negative lowness, so I left him. These times has been so rough on many light workers. Don't worry, it's time to start over new. Just like I am now, I'm going back to my twin flame. Seeing him next week. Oh my God. After 3 months separated, cleaning, purging in each parts of the universe, no, the globe, the earth, Japan and Denmark. What have you been doing? And also helping others in each our parts. All of us have had to do these light work things. We are all at ground zero, packing out what we have in our latent light bodies, what we can pack out and actually use now, being as light as possible. Therefore, we are dropping off pain and hurt relationship and career-wise, etc. It may seem like it's all going slow, but it's not. It's coming like boom, now, slam, kaboom, it's here. Be as much as you can, being in spiritual contemplation, connecting with your higher self, embodying what you came here for. You're coming back into balance. When you're back into balance, you're manifested. Jupiter energy is helping us manifest these new things to ground our new lives. 2019 will not be like 18, so don't be scared of the new energies. They are leading you to something better, even though it feels rough. Let the love reflect in yourself and your closest relationships. Let the love shine, not the lower energies. Let the innocent child that wants care, North Node in Cancer, that wants love, that wants protection, kiss, embrace it. Kiss the ones you love, embrace them, hug them, kill it with kindness. Don't follow your heart. Now I will share this video where I'm just showing myself vulnerable. If we show ourselves and our vulnerability, we also help consciousness grow, because that comes from an open heart. Thank you.
Lying close to you, feeling your heart beating, and I'm wondering what you dream. I'm wondering if it's me you're seeing, and I kiss your eyes. Thank God we're together. I just wanna stay with you in this moment forever, forever and ever. And I don't wanna close my eyes, I don't wanna fall asleep, 'cause I miss you, babe, and I don't wanna miss things, even when I dream of you. Sweetest dream will never do. I still miss you, babe, and I don't wanna miss things. There is this angel saying, I'm gonna find my way back home. The secret is love, he said. You've got to lift yourself up, try again. One day you will break through. What you long for will find you. I always seem to find the light in your eyes.
Don't follow trends, follow your heart.